Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Thursday, 12th December 2024. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary, where we discuss what happened yesterday and what's likely to happen today and thereafter. So, yesterday was another day when the markets did not do much, apparently, on the mainline indices. And the Nifty, for instance, moved only in about 200-point range for the last 4 days, and most people are expecting it will come down. The large mutual funds are holding more and more amounts of cash, hoping for a correction down, and the very few bulls are trying to support the market at the lower ends. So you have a range bound market where most people are expecting it will go down, but the prices are not indicating that way. So what I would say this is something called a dull market. And what I mean by experience is that we never short a dull market. There's basically common sense technical analysis. It is not something to do with exotic oscillators and indicators. How do we find a dull market? Not only by the prices, but by how the overall market moves. For instance, the Nifty is moving in a small range. The Bank Nifty was doing well yesterday, till yesterday, except yesterday it fell down. The micro cap and mid cap are making all-time highs. The micro cap and small cap are making all-time highs, and the mid cap is strong. And the advance decline is always in favor of advances, even though the market may look that it is doing nothing, because most people are fixated on the Nifty. Of course, Nifty contributes about Nifty stocks contribute about 67 to 68% of the market cap of the market. So it's but natural that people fixate on the Nifty, but they may not necessarily trade there. We have to look for opportunities in the market. It is not necessarily coming out of Nifty. Before I show you something on that, let's just see what are the cues this morning. So Nifty snapped a 3-session losing streak, and yesterday it was a surprise winner. Normally, Bank Nifty leads Nifty, but yesterday Bank Nifty came down. Small cap, as I said, hit a record high. Railway stocks did very well yesterday. Mid cap 14 session, so 13 session was not unlucky. It went on to 14 session for both mid cap, small cap, and micro cap. Nifty FMCG moved up because I think it is highly oversold. So Marico and Britannia participated in that. Same thing with the Nifty Auto Index. It was completely oversold. You had Hero Moto doing well. Actually, two-wheeler numbers are good. I don't know why Bajaj Auto and Hero Motors are not doing well, but be that it may, yesterday it snapped a 2-session losing streak. Realty is going up because so if the money comes from the government, then it will get funneled into building, and therefore real estate is the place to be in. IT hit a record high, Nifty IT, and that has been mimicked in the Nasdaq. So Nifty IT, whether we like it or not, is now the preferred sector for the large players. So where the large players put the money, that is where the markets will go. For instance, for many years, large players put money in FMCG, and there was no way FMCG was going to go down. Now the large players have moved out of FMCG. That's why that sector is not doing well, whereas IT is now started doing well. Nifty PSU Bank, for what reason I don't know. Again, it came down. Punjab National Bank, Canara Bank, Indian Bank, all of them are losers, including State Bank of India. So Nifty Bank is what it did yesterday down. Nifty Energy, because it's got predominantly Adani and Reliance, and it led the losses for the 4th session in a row. Now, yesterday we had the CPI, and CPI numbers came as per expectations, not too hot, not too cold. So it almost seals the next week's Fed meeting, which should result in a 25 basis point cut. 96% of the futures market is expecting that. So when anything above 80% expects it, then you cannot expect a surprise. Unlike in India, you expect something, the RBI comes up with surprises, most of the time nasty surprises. So Nasdaq closed above 20,000 for the first time. all-time high. If you look at it in perspective, Nasdaq hit 5,000 into the year 2000, and 24 years later, it has gone up 4 times. Now, it looks fantastic, but if you look at it on a CAGR basis, the growth is only 6%. So nothing great actually. But of course, Nasdaq lost about 80% during the interim and then bounced back. But nevertheless, if you take from 2020 March to today 2024, actually close to 25 years, Nasdaq has given about 6% CAGR. S&P also made a new high. Dow Jones closed lower because the healthcare stocks led by United Healthcare came down. United Healthcare is number 2 weightage in the Dow Jones. Dow Jones is a very tricky index to actually analyze. S&P is what everybody looks at. Spot gold climbed up, silver tried to go up. Again, there has been, ups and downs. Generally, there is no breakout there. Treasury yield, the 10-year moved up. Again, it's in a range between 4.15 to 4.30. So nothing great there. 2-year Treasury yield rises also. What did the FIS and DIS do? The FIS sold about 1,000 crores. DIS bought more than them by 2,000 crores. Yet the Bank Nifty could not be rescued, probably because I think financials were sold by FIS and the broader market is bought by the DIS. So what stocks contributed positively for the index? As I said, tech did well. Bajaj Finance, Infosys, Trent, Bharti, and Ultratech Cement. Bharti was down quite some time, so it's bounced back. So that was the positive. Negative was Reliance. Again, the bears' favorite. They continue to hammer it, and so it is dead. I mean, one of these days it'll get up because the pattern in Reliance and pattern in HDFC Bank is very similar. Till last month, HDFC Bank was a meme stock in about 45 days. Now, today, HDFC Bank is a stock which one has to buy on all declines as per the analysts. And they had no, when it was at 1600, people were talking of 1200. Today, at 1800 odd, people are talking 2000. So that is how the analyst community changes their opinions without batting an eyelid. HDFC Bank took a long expected breakdown, and SBI, ICICI, and Axis Bank were the other losers. Basically, Bank Nifty came down because of that. And as I mentioned, core inflation was at 0.3, which was expected of 0.3. What else? The overall inflation rate was about 2.7. The estimate was 2.7, and the Fed's target is 2. So anyway, they're moving towards that. It has not gone up. So this is the chart which I'm talking about, where you see this. The market peaked out September end, came down, bottomed out in November end, and then took off. And then last 4 or 5 days, the market is doing nothing. So if you look at it, let me take it here. Yeah. So on this, you can see that the market has been doing nothing actually between 24,700 to 24,500, and the low it has hit is 24,300. Now, typically, the analysts are expecting if it crosses 24,857, which was the peak last Thursday. Last Thursday was the most volatile day. Today, I think the sellers of straddles and strangles are very, very cautious. The option premium is just about 60 points. Last week, I think it was about 200 points. So people are scared because what happened last week. So don't be surprised if you get a volatility like last week. Last week, the volatility was about 550 points. But whereas after that, the volatility has died down. But it is a tiger about to spring. Now, whether it is going to spring up or down is what the debate is. In my opinion, it will. If it has to spring, it will spring sometime soon. Maybe tomorrow, because today is the India CPI and India IIP. I think India CPI will come better than expectations, and India IIP also will come better than expectations. The reasoning being, as a regular consumer and a buyer of vegetables and fruits, I'm seeing there is a drop. But of course, mine is purely anecdotal. A drop in vegetables and fruits prices. But you never know what is the overall situation. But I feel that generally around November, December, the fruits and vegetable prices fall down, food prices come down. So on a year-on-year basis, I think we should get a better reading, which means a lower reading on the inflation, especially the food inflation, and in that vegetable and fruits inflation. Now, I also think IIP will be good because you see, government has put in huge amounts of money in October and November and also in December. So I think IIP should do well for the month of November, and so it should be a surprise on the upside. As I keep mentioning, the auto sector has started moving up because of the number of. I mean, November was a record month as far as the registration data was concerned. If you look at Bank Nifty, for instance, yeah, if you see here, the Bank Nifty was, I mean, it has been going up faster than Nifty, and therefore, you see, you will get, I mean, you're getting a better handle on the Bank Nifty to tell us where the market is likely to go. I would not be a person who is going to, get into and start selling in the market, because the market inherently is strong, as I will show you here. Yeah, here it is. Just let's take Nifty Junior, for instance. See the kind of move it has happened. The CNX 500, you see, after the fall on November 20th, 21st, it has just gone to make all-time, I mean, not all-time high, but still, see, mid-cap is reaching all-time highs. Small cap has made an all-time high. So that is where you can clearly see that we can't expect the market to be bearish now. Corrections, yes, but I don't think the bearishness is due here. Now, if you take microcap is also strong. If you take the RSI is high in microcap or even in small cap. So maybe there could be some small correction. I'm not expecting any big fall. At 70 P, generally you can expect a correction. But whereas if you take Nifty P is Nifty RSI is only 58, and if you take Nifty Bank Nifty, for instance, Bank Nifty RSI is only 62. So there is a lot of distance to go. So the mainline indices, I think, should do well, because that is where people are looking at. Whereas the broader markets may correct based on their RSI numbers. So I am continuing to be bullish, as you see, and I have not changed my stance. So we'll continue to buy on decline. IT looks good. So we bought yesterday Cyient. So I may want to add into Cyient again, and some other IT stocks, maybe like Birla Soft. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining.